It is back to school time. Hi, I'm Kim Stephens here at the Fox 26 Newsroom. And we here at Fox 26, especially on Great Day, for 5 hours when we're live from 5 to 10 a.m. These days, as we are getting ready for school, we are trying to empower families to give them so many resources so that this back to school season is one that the students feel empowered, and so do the parents. I just realized I have the wrong glasses on, so excuse me, less glare, and I can see you better. Anyway, have you ever wished that you could say, "Hey Siri, help me with my math homework"? Well, apparently now you can. And so I want to bring on Nhon Ma, who was with Numerade, the co-founder and CEO. Hi, Nhon, who can tell us about how artificial intelligence does not have to be a bad word. It can truly help students with their homework and really, I think, Nhon, bring down some stress at home. Hi.
Hi there. Hi, Kim. Thanks for the time. And as you mentioned, AI does have a bad rap right now. I think there's a lot of fear in the industry, especially with education. But I'm definitely here to tell you that it's actually the counter to that. We see AI as such an incredible technology to help students actually learn, and we can go deeper into that as well.
Fantastic. All right, and we're talking back to school, but this is all ages, right? Like, tell me the youngest.
Yeah, this definitely spans all ages. So when you think about just education in general, one of the biggest concerns that families have, I myself, I have young kids that are going into fourth, fifth grade. We always are concerned about their academics. And today, with inflation so high, it looks like we may be on the brink of a recession. It's just very costly to go out and hire a tutor. It's anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour for tutoring. And right now, unfortunately, the top 10% of families can afford that. What AI can provide is the benefits of tutoring to all students, ages super young to those that are in college or even in grad school.
Wow, that's quite the range.
Yeah.
Now, is there a cost for this that Numerade is putting out there to help people with?
Yeah, so we do partner with institutions, but we do also provide a subscription service. So we're one of these ed tech companies that have integrated AI since our inception, and over the past 2.5 years, with the rise of the LLMs, this has accelerated our vision of what we call the human AI tutor, which is this combination of educators providing. So we have over 60,000 educators on our platform creating content for us. They've amassed over 5 million questions across STEM. Those questions are pedagogically aligned, and we use them to fine tune our models such that the Gen AI output is pedagogically aligned. So you get a lot of issues around hallucinations and inaccurate output from a lot of these out of the box LLMs. And so for us, we do provide a subscription service at a very low price, similar to kind of how Netflix or Disney Plus charges to direct to consumer.
All right, so can you give us an example of an elementary school question and how they could get help with AI?
Yeah, for example, I would say in elementary school, I would say what they can do is if they're stuck in a problem, they can go onto our platform and use our our AI tutor. His name is Ace. They can go into Ace and ask the question. And for us, we provide the scaffolding such that the student doesn't get the answer right away. For us, it's all about the Socratic method. Let's get the student to the next step. And as you're going through the steps, we can then figure out and understand where that student is in her learning journey. So if they're stuck in step number 2, I know elementary school, there's not too many steps, but if you're talking about calculus, we can deeper dive into step number 2. Step number 2 correlates to a topic that will then provide more conceptual content back to the student in both visual form, in the form of short form videos, and also animation. So the multimodal approach really helps in driving deep learning for the student. But essentially, that's a high level of how it works.
School hasn't started yet for many students, but I'm also wondering if maybe they could start kind of brushing up and getting ready before they have a question. Would that be helpful here?
Very much so. And Kim, you kind of mentioned this and kind of alluded to some of this too. It is a summertime. We're going back to the back to school season. And the reality is that there is a summer learning gap. A lot of students regress in both math and reading. And so we do encourage students to go onto a platform like ours, where we do have free boot camps across 17 actual courses. So for example, if students are behind in algebra or they need to brush up on calculus, we have 30 hours of recording each for those, and then they can use ACE to then refine their learning with that process.
Wow. And as you get higher in your, or farther along in your education, I noticed that you have, is it notes or the syllabi from college classes at universities all around the country, where college students can also get help. Describe what that is.
Yeah, 100%. So one of the unique features that we have within Numerade that is starting to explode in terms of adoption is ACE and the ability to upload your notes, upload different types of material. And ACE is intelligent enough because we leverage these newer vision models that are cropping up every single day. They're getting so much more advanced. We can then figure out, interpret what's within these notes, and then provide actual content back to the student in the form of flashcards, better, well-structured notes, a study pack, if you will, back to the student. And so it's really interesting. We have a scribe feature that can actually record a whole entire lesson in the classroom, and then we break down it into actual notes for the student after the fact. So there's a lot of great innovation that's happening right now in this space.
It's a lot of work, though, for all the people that are working for you. It sounds like you're doing a lot of work on the back end to help people here on the front end.
Yeah, we have an incredible team. It's a small team, but we're very focused to this mission around closing these educational opportunity gaps, and that really pulls us forward.
Good for you. As I was kind of looking around, I noticed that I was able to just put in California State University, Fresno, for example. And I was really curious because not only did I see a vast array of classes that are on there where people can get help, from soil sciences, environmental soil sciences, to communications. I was looking to see if maybe you had any of my classes that I teach in there and any of my notes, but those are not up there yet. But I was really impressed to see all different levels of study there, where if anyone's got a question or concern, or they just need to maybe see something in a different light because it's just not clicking on, that's what this is all doing.
100%. And AI enables us in the sense of a great tutor understands where the student is in terms of the history of that student. And for us, we're trying to do that as well. So whenever a student comes in, they may be more visual learners, maybe more auditory learners, and we'll have videos for them, but we'll be able to provide the user, here's educator created videos that we train on to then produce Gen AI output that aligns to how they learn. And so every student has a unique learning path, and it's really incumbent on us to figure out what that is in partnership with actually schools. So we do have partnerships with the universities where we do work with the administration and faculty to push this and see how schools can actually leverage this type of tool in their institution.
What would you say for anyone who says, yeah, but you know what, this is kind of cheating because I saw an area where you say, help me with, I don't know, let's say E equals MC squared, or help me better understand. And I put that in, and then in comes all of this information. How can you assure people that that's not cheating?
Yeah, this is one of the biggest controversies of the day in relation to AI and education. And we're fully aware that, hey, students, they do want the answer, but the reality is they do need to take the tests. They need to get a grade and pass the course. They need to actually get towards a level of self-actualization. We want the student to demonstrate competency, and then from there, everything just has a amazing virtuous cycle. And so we want to foster that. And so for us, it's really about putting guardrails in place where you don't spoon feed the answer to the student. But we know that very much like when the calculator came out, a lot of folks were concerned about, hey, you're going to get the answer. You're not really going to understand how to solve the problem. And so it's all about the guardrails. It's all about ensuring that, hey, let's actually walk through a Socratic method and then have this back and forth between, okay, this is how you approach the problem, but then here's the higher level conceptual content of the actual topic, and let's explain that in a way where the student could actually understand at her own pace.
Is there anything else that you would like families to know, whether it has the reason goes back to the reason why you started this company or how you use it with your own elementary school age children?
Yeah, I know we chatted about this before. Like, my co-founder and I, we started this really through our own personal experiences where growing up in a public school system, we didn't have these resources of incredible tutors. And so fast forward to where we are now, we realize that, with the LLM technology, you can actually scale a lot of this tutoring to every single student in the world.
Wonderful.
And I think sorry.
Go ahead. No, please go ahead.
I'd say the last thing I'd like to leave you with is this concept of a multimodal approach and leveraging and partnering with human educators is very, very important. What you see now with a lot of even the best of breed LLMs is that hallucinations and inaccuracies are pretty abundant, especially if you have a conversation with a chatbot that's out there. There's a lot of these AI wrappers out there. And so I think for families, understanding that you want to look at platforms that work with actual human educators that actually help them. We have 60,000 educators on our platform. Some of our top educators made north of $100,000 as a side hustle, creating content for us and partnering with us. And so that's very important to us. And then the multimodal approach of leveraging videos and animation to help students actually learn.
That's wonderful. And I'm also just going to go out on a limb that this may also help students whose parents would love to be able to assist, but maybe English isn't their first language. And this could really be very helpful to students like that as well.
Definitely. We do have, within the platform, the amazing thing about the technology is that we do have translations in play as well. And so that's definitely a big area of focus for us as well.
What languages?
Spanish. We got Spanish. We're working on Vietnamese right now. We're seeing a lot of actually traffic in Southeast Asia, but right now it's Spanish.
All right, great. Well, I know that our community could also use some help with Hmong and Tagalog. So maybe that's just add that to your list of all the other things you're busy with.
Most definitely.
Nhon, thank you very much. Nhon Ma with Numerade. Thank you very much for stopping by and helping us understand that AI can be helpful, especially when it's backed by so many humans for education. Thank you.
Thank you so much.